Hello, my friends. It is October 2nd. It's Wednesday, right? 2024. I know that much. Other than that, it's a guessing game. Here's what I know about October 2nd. 3 years ago today, my father came home from the hospital for the last time. He was uh, put in home hospice care. Hospice care. We set up everything for him. Hospital bed. The nurses came and everything was set for the long haul, however long that might be. But my father passed away that night under um, under my care. He woke me up. Well, it wasn't really asleep. He refused to hit the button that would have called me had he needed anything. And when I came downstairs, because I heard him tossing and turning, he was obviously in distress. And he looked at me and says, "Why are you awake? I didn't wake you, did I?" Which is just typical of my father, to put concerns for himself to the side and check in on me. So yeah, it was 3 years ago. It's a hard thing to. It's still a hard thing to process. Life without my father. 3 years is a blink. You know, just feels could have been yesterday. I mentioned this to a friend yesterday that having been a caregiver with my father and family for my mom for almost a decade and her long decline due to Alzheimer's, which, man, do not wish that on anyone. However, I wouldn't have traded the experience of caregiving for her for anything. I had a bit of a fractious relationship, fractious, um, with my mom growing up. Never saw it eye to eye. It's not that we didn't love each other. It's just that we butted heads for whatever reason. And I had always felt like a bit of a disappointment to her. However, when you are faced with being a caregiver and you are faced with someone who is losing um, identity day by day, sometimes it seems hour by hour, uh, you learn a whole lot. Learn a whole lot about yourself. How patient are you actually? How loving, how caring can you be? How compassionate are you? And if you're not, three things: get another caregiver, or learn fast and practice. It's all a practice, every little bit of it. Being a caregiver, being a caregiver for someone with Alzheimer's was definitely a practice. You know what it became? It became a spiritual practice. I was able to a certain extent, be centered because you learn. I mention this often. You cannot say, "I just told you." How many times do I have to tell you? Don't you remember? Because that doesn't exist. No, they don't remember. And you tell someone as many times as you tell someone. There's no set time, there's no count. So, anyway, after that, my mom passed away. After my divorce, I became a full time caregiver for my father, which was fairly easy. Even though he had a stroke, he was still independent. Basically, I was companion. He wasn't driving, so I took him to doctor's appointments. Um, as things progressed, I began to cook for him, my brother and I, sort out his medication, stuff like that, but still independent until about the last year of his life. Things became harder. And then the last 4 months, congestive heart failure. Hey, Damien. Damien says, "Yo, what's up?" Um, he went from using a cane to a walker to a wheelchair to having a difficult time even getting out of the wheelchair in a matter of 4 months. And then he passed away this date, 3 years ago. And I'm living in the house. My brother and I inherited it. Um, we decided, it's paid for. We would, you know, maintain it to the best that we were able. Save some money. The money is quickly going that I had saved. But hey, the reason I'm talking about all this, not just because it's 3 years, and this is what I told a friend, what do you do when you are a caregiver, most especially for someone you love, and they're no longer here? So not only have you lost that person that you cherish, but now you've lost a certain identity. You're no longer a caregiver, which left me floundering, just a little bit, maybe more than a little bit, and maybe I still am. But here's what I had come to the conclusion. When you are a caregiver and the central person of your care is no longer there, you continue being the caregiver. However, now you don't need that central person to focus on. Now you have everyone. So that's when I finished off my education for being a meditation teacher, as well as being a breathwork coach, because a 30-year practice of meditation, several decades of breathwork, provided me the fabric of being an effective and caring caregiver, that I was able to face my own fears. There's nothing scarier than having someone's life literally in your hands. If I hadn't taken the time to meditate twice a day, if I hadn't had the practice of breath work, I wouldn't have been able to do it. I am not that smart. I'm not that capable. I am not that patient. However, I found that I had to be all of those. And when the time came to be those, I was able to do it. Not because of me, but because I was able to tap into something greater than myself. Let's call it prana, universal force. Let's call it God. Let's call it love. Krishna. Doesn't matter what we call it. The Tao. Let's see. Tor Guma says, what do you think about the strike of the longshoremen? I haven't given it much thought, to be honest with you. Nathan says, I look at likes. I liked. Thank you. I appreciate that. I know it's going to affect everyone. I saw something, prices of groceries, everything will go up again. It is a shame. At the same time, the dock workers, it's a tough job. As people at the top of the game get all the profits and everything is trickled down to those who are actually doing the hard work, the manual work, the tough work. And that's not taken away from anyone at the top. That's just saying the backbone of anything is always the worker. Their ideas need to be heard, listened to, and supported. So, let's see. Nathan says, can I get a shout out? Yes, shout out to Nathan. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate you being here. Guys, Nathan has been here for exactly a minute, but here's what I know. Nathan's pretty awesome, and I'm glad he stopped by. Pugonomics says, what do you think about the new half dog, half cyborg they recently managed to bring to life? I have not heard anything about that, so I don't have a thought. Other than, I don't know, what half is what? Hey, if, I don't know, hard for me to have a thought. I haven't given it any consideration. If you got some information, let me know. Real Tide says, I love your head. Well, thank you. You know what? I was about to say thank you. I made it myself, but that's not necessarily true. I got some help from generations of DNA. I come from a long line of good-headed people, all providing their genes for this to come about. So, man, I was about to take all the credit for it. And then, of course, all credit always goes to God, right? God in his infinite wisdom, or her infinite wisdom, in truth, neither he nor she, but containing everything, um, felt, hey, let's make this guy bald. At least he gave me 30 good years of hair, right? You can spend your first 30 years of life with a good head of hair, and then whatever you have left afterwards, you know, just be grateful that you had it once. So, talking about breath work, waiting to see if our friend Teresa comes in. This is how I came about to being to teach breath work, the death of my father. Let's see. Roll says it felt nice. No diddy. This is the second time in the history of my live streams that I have ever said no diddy. Go figure. And Scrap Chat says Yogi with a heart. Hey Ann. And Scrap Chat. How are you? Let's see. Invalid argument says I eat more kitties than a Haitian in Springfield. Man, I was about to say, I don't know what I was about to say. I was about to say something, and then I realized whatever I say would just be an invalid argument. So I let it go. How do you argue? How do you debate someone whose channel is invalid argument? They always win. Anything you have to say, invalid argument. And says, been busy. How are you? I'm good. Pretty good. I was going to talk about the basics of breath work as requested by a friend, Teresa, but we'll see if she shows up. One of the reasons she had asked, and then I went ahead and decided, it's a good time because I was talking about being a caregiver for my father. And today is the third anniversary of his death. When he died, not only did I lose my father, most important figure in my life, but I lost that role, that description, that thing that I was doing. I was a caregiver. It was an identity. No lie, it feels pretty good to repay a loved one. But what do you do when the person that you're caring for is no longer here? Sometimes I think some of the biggest loss is that loss of identity that we go through. Well, we're no longer 30 and we can't, maybe physically do the things we used to do. When we no longer have that full head of long blonde hair. Or, hey, when we're 59 and we don't quite recover from our workouts the way we used to. When a sore back that you used to get over in a day has now lingered for a year. Life can be seen as a series of loss. It's not a bad thing. You let go of all these things that aren't true anyway. We're not our bodies, we're not our thoughts, we're not our appearance, we are not our jobs. Everything's going to be let go of. So life can be a series of letting go and practicing letting go. Can I do it with grace? Can I do it with ultimate understanding? And more importantly, can I do it with tenderness towards myself and those who are going through similar loss? Because everyone is. Everyone. From day one, we're losing something. Even as it seems like we're gaining the world, we're still losing something. Hey, Kathy. So when I lost that role of being a caregiver, wondering what do I do? And the inspiration came to continue being a caregiver. But now I had everyone in the world to care for. I had everyone who shows up on a live stream to care for. Everyone. No exceptions. And I literally mean no exceptions. Of course, people come in and either want me to make an exception or, in some ways, give me reason to make an exception. That's all on me, 1000% on me. That if I am seeing it, I'm also the cause of it. That's a hard thing to accept, that kind of responsibility. How can I be the cause of what someone else is doing? Because of what it's doing inside of me. My perception of whatever someone's doing is inside of me. My thoughts are making the chemicals that are causing a reaction. It's a chemistry experiment going on inside of me. However, I can also utilize maybe the only choice we truly have. Neuroscience shows, and you'll discover this in meditation, we really aren't the choice makers that we think we are. We don't have the free will that we think we do. Case in point, stop your thoughts completely for a minute. Can you choose to do that? Let me know how it goes. Let's say, hey, Signature. Signature says, greetings, my friend, and thumbs up. I appreciate that. But here's a choice we do have. Can I choose peace instead of this? Can I extend love instead of projecting fear? And anything that is projected, and that's virtually everything, is fear. Every judgment, every resentment, every grievance is fear-based. Fear keeps us trapped in the past. So, those who, when I find myself making those distinctions, I'm going to love this person, but not that person, that's my practice. To recognize that, to be mindful, and let it go, to forgive. Forgiveness is the key of being in the present moment. Course in Miracles says that the one holy true thing that one can say about the past is that it's not here. That one thought alone sets you free. Because here's the thing, we think of past and we think of future. We seldom think of present. Everything we see, this computer, this phone, my desk, it's all a projection of the past. Just calling it a desk. That's not necessarily a bad thing, but when it goes towards people, it keeps us trapped. It keeps us trapped in the realm of perception. So the future is just an extension of the past, because we project the past fears into the future, and then we just, in this perpetual cycle of creation. By the way, I'm doing gestures, perpetual. That's not official sign language, by the way. So the one holy truth thing that one can say about the past is that it's not here. Just that thought sets us free. In the moment, right now, there is no past and there's no future. There's just right now. And guess what? It'll always and only be right now. That's what Ram Dass said in his first book, 1971, Be Here Now. And he should have wrote a sequel that said, and you're always here, and there's no time but now. So having said all that, breathwork was essential for me being a caregiver for my father and my mom. And it was essential for helping me through my divorce. Same with meditation. And it was essential for me deciding that, hey, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to teach breath work. I'm going to teach yoga. I'm going to teach meditation. Of course, then I decided, you know what? Screw that. I'm going to be a YouTube star. I'm going to take my shirt off and do burpees in my basement. Little did I know, there's actually not an audience for upper middle-aged bald guys half naked doing burpees in the basement. Had someone told me that earlier, it would have saved me a whole lot of trouble. But here I am. So if anyone wants to talk breath work, let me know. I told our friend Teresa that I would today. And I thought about doing it in honor of my father, as this is, again, it's the third year anniversary of his passing. But I don't, you know, I don't want to force a conversation. If Teresa shows up, we can cover it. Instead, let's dive in, see what everyone has to say. Hey, are you guys following C. Payton? She is putting up some, it's Halloween, it's October. Halloween's the entire month of October, right? It's a shame that Earth, Wind, and Fire didn't write a song about October. If you want to be a little scared, maybe a lot scared, show up, see Peyton, see what she's doing. She's got a new video up. Anne says, I just lost my father in April. Oh, Anne, I'm so sorry. I empathize, my friend. It is, I don't know. There's no description. I was about to say it's this or it's that. And honestly, and I think you know it, it's beyond words. I don't know if we ever truly grow up. It might seem that we do. I don't know if we ever truly grow up until we lose our parents and we realize truly now, truly, I'm on my own. I don't mean monetarily, but I mean that something that tied us to family, something that tied us to something that we belonged to, was cut. We're boundless. Signature says, hi, Pugonomics. Hey, Pug, sorry I missed your thing. Some dude up in Russia chop up a dog that's keeping the major function organs going. Well, I don't like hearing that. So basically, the dog's legs got cut off in every place with machine-operated legs. Well, then I can tell you my opinion of it. I don't like it. Now, if the pup had been in an accident and they did that to, you know, out of compassion, out of love, so Signature says hi to Anne's crap chat. Kathy says hi to Anne. Hey, poor man. How you feeling? It's a pretty big session. Kathy says a sub to you, Anne and Signature. Nice, guys. So, hey, Anne's crap chat. Let's talk about mugs. I meant to send you an email so I could order a mug. Skeeter says, hey, everyone. Yogi, awesome last night. 8-pounder. Channel catfish. So you got 7.8 pounder channel catfish. I was about to say 7 8-pounders. Man, that's a big haul. But is it a 7.8? That's awesome. I'm glad I was able to stop by early and at least say hi. What about tonight? You going out again tonight? Let's see. Kathy says I actually have 3 videos up. You mentioned that you were going to. Awesome. Signature says, so sorry, Anne. Anne says, I'm not ever going to grow up. You know, I'm happy to hear that. If you were to grow up, you'd have to change. It couldn't be Anne's crap chat. It would be Anne's grown up conversation over a cup of tea. Anne's grown up chat over a cup of decaf coffee at the early bird 4 p.m. dinner special. And no one wants that. Poor man says, feeling good, brother, and had a good time. Jacob is a great guy. He is a great guy. Man, you each put each other through the paces. And it says, thanks all. I'm just relieved his pain is gone. Absolutely. 100%. Skeeta's going fishing tonight. Be live around 7 p.m. Eastern time. Eastern PA. So guys, one, subscribe to Skeeter. Pennsylvania Wild Boys. You got to support the Wild Boys. And it's just him, Mrs. Skeeter. It's just a laid back evening. Sometimes at the lake, sometimes at a pond. Fishing. Good conversation, fishing, hanging out. Again, laid back. Whereas you kids say, chill. A very chill evening. Kathy says, I definitely understand. And Kathy says hi to Skeeter. We got Ann laughing. Always a good thing when we can get Ann laughing. Kathy says, may go out again tonight. Awesome. I'm happy to hear that, Kathy. Theme Park says, hey, good to see you. Good to see you, Theme. How you doing? Hey, speaking of going live, Theme, are you going to be going live tonight? Let's see. Skeeter's waving to Peyton. So again, 3 videos up. Go celebrate Halloween, guys. Halloween early. And visit Kathy. She has spirit boxes. She'll ask a question, and you will hear a very spooky reply. Kathy says, hey to Theme. Anne says, making Frankenstein cup right now. Wow. Nice. Now, take a photo. I'd love to see that. I got all kinds of different things coming up in my head on what a Frankenstein cup would actually look like. Could be a collection of cup parts that somehow don't fit completely together. I almost made a Frankenstein. This is the Frankenstein. Do you guys remember what movie that is? Maybe not. I think I'm definitely the oldest person here. Theme says, don't know yet. Have to work early tomorrow, but streaming Friday for sure. Awesome. Theme Park has a birthday coming up. I think it's still, what, about a month away? But it's going to be a big celebration for him. Kathy said, I had a very angry spirit last night. It shook my daughter up. Hey, Kathy, are you easily shaken? Are there things that are so weird, otherworldly, and you've been doing this for a while, that it could shake you up? Theme says 5 weeks away, going to Disneyland and DCA for my birthday. So excited. Yeah, I bet. That's big. I've never been to Disneyland or Disney World. Kathy says not very much. Eric LaPointe says Yogi. Hey, Eric, did you catch Poor Man's Jim and Jacob getting in the reps? Poor Man says that spirit box stuff creeps me out. Watched a few of them. Creeps me out too. Which is, part of the fun. Poor Man, check out Kathy's and see if it creeps you out. Theme says I will be in Disneyland and DCA. Hey, what is DCA? November 5th to the 9th. That's a good long stay. Nice. Eric Point says, yes, he did, with a thumbs up. Michael 9K says, hi, brother. Pakistan brother is here. Welcome, my friend. Eric Point salutes poor man. Theme parks. Okay, gotcha. Disney California Adventure. So what's a Disney California Adventure? I actually don't know. Kathy says, Eric L, I have 3 new videos up. Hey, Kathy, do you want to feel free to drop the link for him? For all 3. Michael says, thanks for giving me respect, brother. Absolutely. Hey, you have come in and you talked with us all. You've been super friendly. Nothing but respect. You've been caring and concerned for other people. Eric says, nice. I'll check them out. Poor man says, getting ready to cut more wood. So you're just trading one workout for another. Kathy says, okay. All right, guys, I just saw what a Frankenstein mug, or Frankenstein. Wow. I love it. Eric Lapointe says, I hear that, poor man. Hey, so what's new in the world of Eric Lapointe? You got about 2 months left until things heat up for you. I guess maybe a little more than, or a little less than 2 months. Theme says, amazing rides. It's the same area as Disneyland. It's across the gates from Disneyland, so it's fun. So, hey, what's the main difference? If they both have rides, what's the main difference between the two? Anyone here ever been to Disneyland or Disney World? I have not. I have, however, have seen the Grateful Dead at Hershey Park. I don't recommend it. Rides and the activities that take place, Grateful Dead concerts in the 1980s, early 1990s, do not lend themselves to a peaceful experience. That's all I can say, as we are a family channel. All right, Kathy drops a link. Thank you, Kathy. Michael says, may Allah bless you all. Inshallah, every people's, please pray for Palestine and pray war is stopped in world and every stay alive peacefully. Amen. Amen, my friend. Every morning, several times a day, before every live stream, I do my yogic chant, Om Shanti Shanti, which is Om, the expression of creativity, creation itself, Shanti meaning peace. May there be peace. May I be at peace in every live stream, regardless of what happens, regardless of what kind of trouble Eric Lapointe stirs up, because you know he's going to. He comes in here all nice and innocent. I'm just a Christmas tree farmer in Connecticut. Nothing bad ever happens in Connecticut. Nothing bad ever happens on a Christmas tree farm. So you're at ease. You think everything's cool. And then bam. So I do my chant. And it prevents it. You will yet to see the dark side of Eric Lapointe. And you can thank me for that with my Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Otherwise, man, who knows? Who knows what would happen? It's very fortunate, by the way, that Eric Lapointe has a sense of humor. One day I might take it a step too far And I could see him getting in his car, driving 9 hours from Connecticut to Maryland just to knock on my door, punch me in my nose, get back, drive 9 more hours, go to work the next day. Probably would be well worth it. The only reason I don't pick on poor man's Jim is because I think he's like 6'5", and he's got to be at least 220. But more important than that, he lives in the Midwest. I don't want him to take that drive, 2-day drive, all the way over, muttering the entire way, cup after cup after cup of coffee, to punch me in my nose, to get back in his car, and another 2-day drive all the way back. So really, it's just out of consideration. Theme says, amazing rides. It's the, got that one. Thanks again for dropping those links, Kathy, or dropping the link. Poor man says, Eric Lapie had to get a wood splitter. Even the splitter was struggling with that seasoned hickory. Eric says, nothing new, but yeah, about to get busy. Michael says, and country around was good, around well, gives that peace of all. Please don't say, and thinking about Muslim is dangerous. I wish peace across the entire spectrum. Everyone, everywhere. Poor man says, I'm only 6'2". I couldn't do that. It would be eternal bad karma. It is written in the books. To punch a yogi in the nose brings eternal bad karma. Of course, it's written in Sanskrit, so no one understands it. So they come up and they punch me in the nose anyway. Fortunately, poor man knows just enough Sanskrit that he knows no one wants bad karma. Michael says, everyone is one God. Why not make red, blue, and yellow color blood? I agree, 100%. We talked about that before here once. One God, different names, different descriptions, one God nonetheless. You know, speaking of karma and bad karma, there's really no such thing as bad karma or good karma. There's just karma. Karma means action. And action follows with a consequence that gives more action, that gives another consequence, that gives more action, infinitely on. If we are suffering the consequences of what seems like previous actions, we can change it, or we can continue to suffer. The way we change the karmic effect of action is one, we can just allow it to go its course, making better decisions now so that we're occurring better action with better consequences. Or we could live a life of service where we surrender everything over to karma yoga, everything over to God, Krishna. Those are the two more difficult ways. No one wants to just continue suffering consequences. And a life of service is awesome. Not everyone can do it. Everyone can, because the life of service can be as simple as sending your kids off to school every day with a well-made lunch and a kiss and a hug for safety, picking them up, doing everything that needs to be done. You just surrender that to love. Your love for your children extends to onwards to the love of the infinite. It's not as hard as it seems. Third way is meditation and breath work. Because when we meditate, we slip into the gap between every thought. As Emerson said, the ancestor to every action is a thought. So when we slip into that gap, that space without thought, when the breath is slightly suspended, we are not doing any action. Or if we do, it's a very, very subtle action. So we're not only not incurring any further karma, we are healing the past karma. It's almost like we're taking a spiritual bath. And then the fourth way, forgiveness. Bet you guys didn't see that coming. Forgiveness, not forgiving the other person, forgiving all of those consequences, all of them. Returning to the present moment where nothing's happened. The present moment is always karma free. So we just keep returning to that present moment by forgiving and forgiving and forgiving. Realizing that anything anyone has ever done resides in the past. Even if we're doing it now, even if they're doing it now, by the time we think about it, it's already in the past. That doesn't mean that we forget. But here's the thing. Now we're given the gift of discernment. We see it. We see that this person is troubled. This person might be emotionally, mentally unwell. This person might be whatever. We see that with discernment. And we step outside of it. We offer love and we move on. No longer being part of that karmic pattern that continues. Hey, Stuart. Michael says, yes, different name, but God is one. Nanny Brady say there is not God. I agree. Stuart says, hello, Yogi, my spiritual leader. Please spend your spiritual healings to Bob, please. He needed all the help he can get. What's going on with Bob? I missed his live stream today, and you know what? I really I dislike missing Bob's live stream, as well as missing Stuart's live streams. Both of them have become a fixture in my day. Michael says, anyone said this is my country, this is my land, this is my house, but everyone will not know everything is not only God, everything, land, house, and everything made God. I agree, 100%. Eric says, hey, Stuart, brother. Let's see. Ann gives out a prayer. Thank you, Ann. Poor man says, prayers for your friend Bob. Ann says, hi, Eric. Stuart says, hello, Eric, my brother. Michael says, may Allah bless you all. Kathy says hi to Stuart. So what's going on? He only caught one bass and left without a fatty flatty. Man, talk about bad karma. Bob is obviously suffering bad fishing karma. My next meditation, I'm going to enter in Sanskrit, it's called a samkalpa, which is an intent. I'm going to set an intent to heal the bad fishing karma of our friend Bob. Michael says, stay safe and stay healthy. And please pray for Palestine people. 41, 870, what's that? Million people. Was that more? Or 1,000 people? So please pray and say no more fight and no more war. Definitely no more war. No more fight. Peace. Peace, my friend. Eric says, everyone knows you like the first fish and set it, you kissed the first fish and set it free. I actually didn't know that. So is Bob not kissing the first fish? Is that the problem? So, Eric, the point. I think you need a video. I think you need to make a video demonstrating the proper fishing karmic technique so you can help Bob out. If you guys are ever struggling for YouTube content, feel free feel free to ask me. I have plenty of thoughts for each and every one of you on what you should do. Case in point, literally, Eric LaPointe should demonstrate the proper fish kissing technique of setting yourself free from karma. We can turn it into a yogic ritual and have a little fish chant before you kiss it. Then you kiss it, and then another short chant, and you set it free. Eric LaPointe says, I will have to do that. and says, come on, Bob, you don't have to sip the fish in the tongue, just a little peck on the cheek. Exactly. See? Anne knows what she's talking about. You guys might not realize this. Anne is a secret yogi. She intuitively knows these things. And it's good that she put that out there. Because I don't know if Eric LaPointe was planning on slipping a little tongue to the fish, but now he knows he doesn't have to. Almost a shame that Anne put that out there now. Michael says, I will say for everyone in UN, I will say my government of Pakistan, Israel give 40% land, and Palestine gives 60% land from the Act of 1948. This is my request. It sounds reasonable. Michael says, everyone agree with me? I don't know the whole geopolitical things, but, I think concessions have to be made everywhere. And says, I'm a fisherman. Are you? And I didn't know that. And do you visit any of our friends' fishing channels? Stuart, who is the fish whisperer, by the way. And anything is possible. And Skeeter up above. Dan might pop in later today. All Things Country. All Things Country is not just a fisherman. He's a prospector. That's awesome, man. Let's see. Stuart says, I'm in the Palestine side. I tried to see the whole picture. And I mentioned before, and I mentioned quite often, that I have stepped aside from sides. I'm a side of, the only side I'm on is the side of peace. The only side I'm on is the side of love. Now, having said that, obviously, things need to be looked at from a holistic perspective. I don't think we can see the suffering of anyone and turn a blind eye. Anyone. The Fake Z says, Free Palestine. Michael says, I'm also from Palestine, but I will live in Pakistan. And says, prospecting, awesome. Yep, I wish I could try to drop a link for All Things Country, but if you're not on a desktop, I don't think it would work. And yeah, he'll do a live stream where he'll just sit and prospect using the sluicer and have a great conversation. I love my outdoor channel friends, even though Stuart the Fish Whisperer threatened to tie me in a chair and feed me venison bacon stew until I said uncle and renounced my vegan ways. Although he did say I could go back to being a vegan immediately after. Now he might not have said it in those exact words. That was an implication that I got. Let's see. Stuart says, Eric, I will go live and coming over to my channel, ATC will be there. Nice. Let's see. Michael says, "Ans, I don't need for help." Okay. Michael says, "No fake C, sure, and thank you." Michael says, "Help, my God, Allah, help." Okay. Let's see. Michael says, "I will not say donation. I not need." Gotcha. And says, "Okay, thank you." Stuart says, "I will send people back and forth from your channel, Yogi, to mine." Well, thank you, Stuart. I always like that. I always like the trade-off with people. Michael says, "And what I am, give the donation, I'm a rich man." Okay. And no fakes, no fake Z, no fakes. Says Michael is a G. Don't know what that means. Ann says, "I'm not trying to offend. I was just asking," which is important. We got to be open to every conversation. Got to be open to what everyone has to say. And you can say, "Well, no, we don't have to." Um, in which case, the present situation stays the present situation forever. If we keep looking at things the way we look at things, we keep getting the same thing. If we want a different world, guess where it starts? Not by going out in the world and trying to make those changes. It's never happened. In the history of the world, it has never happened. Not for the better. It might change, but the situation remains the same. Just different people, different circumstances. But the world is as fractured as it's ever been. However, if everyone turns within and they see their own perception of the world is based upon their projection of fear, and they heal that fear, then we have a different world that we're seeing because their perceptions have changed. Fixie says, "What's the solution?" Well, there it is. There's a solution. It rests with you, not in the world, not in going out and trying to fix problem after problem after problem. One person needs to heal and then be that healing light for other people to follow and show other people how to heal. When the collective critical mass, the 100th monkey, when we reach that point, things change. It doesn't change until we change. So it puts the relationship right on us. Stuart says, "Jokes, people." Oh, sorry, guys, let me catch up. Michael says, Alhamdulillah, am I saying that right? Ans, I will give you money, okay? So you will say me? Don't understand that, Michael. And Stuart says, "And for the record, I did not threaten to tie Yogi to a chair. I said I would nail his feet to the floorboards." You know what? It's those little distinctions that are important. Because people might be thinking, "Man, that sounds horrible, tying Yogi to a chair." But oh, he actually said no. That's better. So yeah, those little things, it makes a big difference. Stuart says, "Jokes, people." Absolutely. And says, "Thank you, Michael, but give a donation to somebody else. I am good. God provides for me as well." That has been on my mind a lot lately. Surrendering, allowing God, the universe, to provide for me. It's becoming more and more important. Michael says, "And only God help me." Okay, anyone have not power to help me? Only God. Oh, don't say again. Okay, sorry. Anything I will say bad. Sorry, I'm real sorry. No need to apologize, my friend. This is an important subject. Anne's laughing at Stuart, laughing with Stuart. And Anne says, "You're good, Michael." No Fix says, "We need immediate change." Then, and I don't mean this in jest, you need to turn within now. You need to start being that change that you want to see in the world right now. We can say we need immediate change, but we've had wars end. We've had wars end in the Middle East. Has it ever brought peace? Has it ever brought lasting peace? Whatever we do externally is putting a band-aid on a ruptured artery and won't bring about actual true peace. If you want actual true peace, be peaceful, and then be the light that shines in the world. Poor man's laughing with Stuart. Hey, Sue. How's the weather on the Susquehanna, Sue? It's like tying Yogi to a chair. Yeah, that is some place. That is some place to walk into a conversation. Stuart says, "Yogi, I will go live now and send people to you." Thanks, Stuart. And hey, Anne, you will find so many great channels over at Stuart's. Amazing how a vegan feels completely at home and at peace in a room full of people threatening to nail their feet to the floor and feed them venison and bacon stew. Stuart, by the way, was kind enough to offer to dice a potato into the stew so it would be vegan-esque. Veganish. How is that for a good friend? Let's see. Ed MC says, "What is the point? There's no plan of fate, and it is expected you form your own path and try and help others be happy. What if the point is there is no plan or fate, and it's expected you form your own path and try and help others be happy?" Well, you know what? I'll say, what if? How about? Change it to what if and how about. Who's to say there's a plan? And I absolutely love the fact. Try to make other people be happy. Hey, Ed, I'm all in, 100%. Not only that, I will subscribe to your newsletter, my friend. Leo says, "Much love, Sir Yogi. Doing dice routine, man. 150. Burpees, being left to blind luck. Man, it's been a while since I've done a deck of cards workout. Never fun, but always worth it. Good for you, Leo. What time are you going to go live?" Poor man says, "Leo, brother." Sue says, "Chilly and damp." It is chilly and damp here too, and it's not supposed to be. The sun was supposed to come out today. Eric Point says, "What time, Leo?" Kathy says, "Hi to Leo." So Leo said, "Poor man, you ready for this weekend, brother? This is why we all work so hard to get Poor Man 50 plus subs. And now, man, he's just exploded. Because we all wanted to see him do the collab with Jacob, with Leo, with Eric Lapointe, with Burpee Reaper, but it might have to wait till beginning of next year. Kathy says hi to Sue. Hey guys, don't forget, Kathy's got 3 videos up, 3 brand new videos up. Check them out. Celebrate October. Give yourself the gift of being a little spooked. Not only that, if you're curious of any of this stuff, leave a comment. Ask Kathy a question. I bet you she would be happy to reply, give you any information that you need on all of it. First conversation I ever had on this channel with Kathy C. Payton was when our friend Flower was mourning the loss of her grandmother. And Kathy had some very, very compassionate words. Anne says, hey, Stuart, I'm going to come in under my other channel. Here, wait a sec. Excuse me, guys. Let me click on Stuart's channel. So I will have him up. I want to be able to share him out. So with Ed, MC, we were talking about helping other people. Here's one of the ways you can help another person. A lot of people put a lot of effort, a lot of thought and care into their YouTube channel, their live streams, their videos, their shorts, their whatever, or their community page. Just support a little bit. Share out the video, leave a comment, mention it to other people. Speaking of which, right now I'm sharing out Stuart's page. He is live now. Stuart's a good guy. Count him as a friend. He was my first contact on WhatsApp. All right, no lie. He's my only contact on WhatsApp. I'm happy to make any contact with anyone if you would like. The stream just ended, but I think he'll be back. So I'm always happy. If you guys want to, I could have just ended that there. I'm always happy. It is almost always true. Being happy doesn't mean there's an absence of sadness, doesn't mean there's an absence of frustration, an absence of whatever. It just means the underlying reality of life, happiness. It's a good place to touch base with. That's important to me now. I've mentioned and I talked throughout this chat. Today is the 3rd anniversary of my father's death. It was right around this time that he had come home from the hospital, hospice care. The nurse helped set everything up. Early in the evening, he passed away. It's a tough day for me. However, the underlying sense of happiness, joyfulness remains because life gave me my father, life gave me my mother, life gave me Mocha, life gave me my friends here. Life never disappears. It changes form. My father's still present. My mom's still present. Mocha is ever present. Eric Lapointe is present. I can't get rid of the guy. I keep trying. Anyway, a long story is I am happy. Anyone goes over and they hang out with our friend Stuart, come back if you want. If you don't want, someone else will be live. Just keep spreading that happiness. Keep spreading the joy. I'm a little misty-eyed. Just thinking about my dad. Leo says, as soon as I get home from work, till 4:20. West Coast time. Poor man says, can't wait, Leo. Hey, do you guys have a plan for what you're going to do this weekend? Double Trouble Creative Crafting. Stuart, this is Anne's other channel. Anne threw me off the first time. First time she came in with that channel. Oh, man. How did I fall so far behind? No Fake says, if you don't have immediate change, Then how long does Palestine and its children have left? Um, Israel has shown no mercy or discrimination between men, children, and women. 76 years is enough. So here's what I'm talking about. A ceasefire would be awesome. We need a ceasefire. We're talking about two different types of changes. A ceasefire is going to save lives. A ceasefire should happen right now, this minute. No exception. It shouldn't be you got to do this or we got to do this or whatever for a ceasefire. It should happen now. No more killing. Either side, in my opinion, anywhere. But that's not an actual change. The problems still exist. That's when, let's get that ceasefire. Let's get people safe. Let's get the killing to end. And then we got to realize that any geopolitical motive put in place is just going to foster more resentment somewhere down the line unless it is equitable. The only way to see things as equitable is realizing, guys, it's a fake border. It's fake distinction. None of it is actually true. As our friend Michael says, one God. That's the kind of change, the only kind of true change that will happen when we turn inwards and we begin to work within ourselves so that we become the change in which we wish to see. Let's see. Poor man says Leo ordered a 3-pound rope. You gonna do a battle rope? Oh, 3-pound jump rope. Nice, guys. Eric says, okay, I think you're 3 hours behind me. No Fake Z says, okay. Leo says, laughing. Poor man loves to work. He does. Other point says, who fired first in this war anyway? Interesting question. Poor man says, you tried the mace yet, Leo? Michael says, no fakes. You're right. Let's see. What happened in 1948? I don't know. Leo says, been using it every day in the morning and at night. Let's see. No Fake says, nothing starts from October 7th. Theme says, hello to Leo. Poor man says, nice band. You're going to love it. Hey, poor man, you ever think about making club bells that you can do single-handed? I think we've talked about that before. Hey, Aspen. Aspen said I had to stay home from school today. Yeah, you weren't feeling well. I hope you're feeling better now, though. Poor man says, when I see some crazy mace work, check out the Viking dude, the Savage Army. Yeah, I got him subbed. Leo says, way ahead of you, brother. That's the reason I wanted a mace. Honestly, I saw that dude do crazy affected routines. Poor man says, same here. Why I made a mace, just figuring out how to do a shield cast. You should look at the Great Gamma's routine. Gamma. I believe. Hey, Timo. How's the wrist feeling, Timo? Aspen says, just wanted to pop in. I need to make lunch. Have a nice day, everyone. Thank you for popping in, Aspen. Much appreciated. Timo says, short stopping by for a like. I appreciate that, Timo. Arm isn't much better. Sorry, Timo. Are you doing typing with one hand? Not much fun. No, I guess not. Are you doing anything to alleviate the pain? Hi, Sabine, my friend. How are you? Leo says, poor man is a beast. Much love, brother. Much love, Yogi fam. Have a great day and stay safe. You too, Leo. I'll keep an eye out for you later. Wait a minute. Is Master Sergeant Milka here? Did I not see that? Timo says ibuprofen and Voltaren. Don't know what that last one is. Smee says Timo has trouble with his wrist. Kathy said the sub to that one, Dan. Hey, Erica, how are you? Erica waves. Erica Point says, you'll never get rid of me, Yogi. Now, that all depends on the tone of voice, on how to take that. Was that said in a menacing voice? Did he have a knife blade between his teeth? Was his face painted in camouflage? Was he dressed all in black ninja gear? Did he have his Christmas tree axe with him when he said all that? Or was he smiling and happy-go-lucky? You'll never get rid of me, my friend. Pat you on the back. Important things to consider. Poor man says he might be able to do some strength work with the wrist to help heal and recover. Hey, what about the tubing? You did a little video on. What was it called? Threading? Flossing. So he says Timo got a tendosvitis. Can't edit. And man, guys, that's big. There's Mocha. That is big because that's the thing that Timo loves. Sabine, facts, editing. Top 3. Am I right? Timo says, hit my 2 dancers. Hey, Mocha. Mocha says, hi up to Bob, and yes, I am here. Sabine says, Voltaren is an ointment. Gotcha. Hey, Lever Toy Pups. Hello, my friend. I wish I could offer you a song. I'm not clever enough, and I don't have the talent to do justice the way Love Our Toy Pups does. Hey, Nightmare. Love Our Toy Pups says hi to Mocha. Oh, hey, let me check if Stuart came back up. Timo says, I do have to walk backs. Mocha says, backs. In a joyful voice. Everyone loves backs. Speed says, laughing, I can't edit. To be honest, I don't have the nerves to do that. I'm with you on that. I'm with you with that. Nightmare says, Laboratory Pups. Gets a salute. Breakpoint says, hi, Nightmare, I love. So, hey, let me check out real quick to see if Stuart is back live. There he is. So, yeah, I was saying, feel free to go back and forth, guys. Or feel free to stay. Do what makes you happy. Give me 1 second. I want to share Stuart out. I did have a bit of a quibble with Stuart yesterday when he said, Eric, if I made you my venison bacon stew and you ate it, you wouldn't be vegan anymore. And my answer was, well, yeah, because I ate meat. We didn't see eye to eye on that point. He was thinking if I ate it, I wouldn't want to be vegan anymore. I was thinking if I ate it, well, obviously, I would no longer be vegan. One second. Stuart's got a full house right now. It's got Skeeter and it's got Mrs. Skeeter. See if we see Anne's crap chat there.
If fishing is beginning to get this bad, then we're gonna try and make a suggestion for.
Sorry, guys.
We're going
One
to take
second.
him to a happy place. Hello, Yogi. Are you still live?
Stuart's one of my favorite live streamers.
I'm hoping you're using your you would be using your computer. You're using your phone. So. I was looking for Anne, but she hasn't arrived yet.
Anne, you still here? Stuart is looking for you.
Yogi is live, by the way. People, you want to go across and say hello to him. It would be appreciated on my end. He is an awesome member to my channel, so go and give him some loving, peoples. It's free, doesn't cost anything. He is really good.
Could you ask for a better friend? Honestly. Imagine if we all did that for each other. This is why, by the way, go visit Stuart as well. Our friend Kathy C. Payton, she's got 3 new videos up. And I keep mentioning...
Double Trouble Creative Crafting.
It is...
Hello. Welcome. It's you. Okay. Right, so...
There we go. Anne is there. So anyway, I keep mentioning it's October. It's Halloween. Spend some time on the scariest channel on YouTube. Poor Man says, the flossing is more for the forearms, frequency for me. The Devon lariat wrist work, it taught me a lot. Basically dumbbell work with wrist supination. He wraps a belt around the dumbbell. Gotcha. Man, Poor Man. So there's a lot of great videos you can make helping people out with this stuff. It's a great avenue to explore, maybe. Grumpy says, hey, Eric, just swinging by to say hello. Can't stop as about to drive. Hello, everyone. Well, thank you, Grumpy. I appreciate you stopping by. So speaking of inspiring channels, Grumpy for sure. It's a positive message. He's an incredibly talented songwriter and musician. Kathy says, howdy, Grumpy. Nightmare says, WGS to Eric. I'm not up on my acronyms. We got some hearts from Laboratory Pups. And speaking of tremendous live streamers, Laboratory Pups, who one day, if I'm patient enough, will actually let me know her true name. And really, the only reason I want to know is just to shorten it so I don't have to say Love Our Toy Pups each and every time. Not that I mind saying Love Our Toy Pups. Format says, need to make a video on shoulder and wrist work. Everyone who does burpees and shoulders and wrists needs a little extra lovin's. Yeah, I agree, Poor Man. Especially, 3 or 4 days ago, you were talking about some of the stuff you were doing with your shoulders. Let's see, Ann says, nope, I'm still here. Foreman says, got a cut, brother. Thank you. I'll have a blessed day. You too. I'm actually only going to be live for just a few more minutes. Eric says, hey to Squirrel Sniper. Hey, Squirrel Sniper. Hey, Dottie. Mocha says, and my birthday. Of course. You can never forget your birthday. I haven't forgotten your birthday in 22 years. Debbie says, what is this chat about? Hey, Debbie. We're talking about all kinds of stuff. Health, fitness. We're talking about situation in the Middle East. Not my favorite thing to talk about. Politics, geopolitical stuff. But if it comes up, I at least want to hear people. I don't want to immediately shush everyone just because it's not what I would prefer to talk about. We don't really talk about politics, though. It was supposed to be about breathwork. I never got around to it. A little bit. Also, Nightmare says, welcome, Debbie. It's about crabs. It is about crabs. And oysters. Why does everyone leave off the oysters? Jacqueline says, hello, I'm friends with Stuart. Nice to meet you. I connect to your channel. Thank you, Jacqueline. Nice to meet you as well. I just clicked in your channel. And connected too. Man, I see some nice looking horses right off the bat. 4/17/24. You have a video, a short. One hiking with my mom. That was my birthday. I can't think of a better way, better thing to happen on my birthday than you taking a hike with your mom, my friend. Dottie, how are you? Kathy says I have to run errands. I will talk with you later. Thanks, Eric. You're welcome, Kathy. I will see you soon. So, yeah, Mocha said, and my birthday. Sabine says, Timo is going for a walk with Bax. They should be back soon. Sniper says, greetings, beautiful souls from across the pond, but under the same sky. Excuse me, under the same skies. Poor man says, yeah, one last thing. Absolutely, if I can help some people get around injuries, that would be great. Peace. WSG, Eric, not WGS. It means what's good. Gotcha. A little bit of dyslexia sneaking out, I think. Kathy says, I made 3 new videos, Squirrel. Please check them out, guys. Daddy says, Eric, hey, Eric LP. Eric says, yes, Grumpy Sapper is great. Everyone should check him out. 100%. Dottie says, hey, Sabine and Squirrel. Sabine says, hello to Dottie. Milka says, the name isn't Rumpelstiltskin. Hey, Dottie. Sniper says, hi to everyone. You know what? Sniper says to Kathy, you've been busy. They haven't showed up on my feed. They don't always show up on mine either. And I think that's why it might be happening to other people. Dottie says, hi to Master Sergeant. Sniper says, greetings, Smoka. Miss Flipper says, here again. Miss Flipper, my friend, how are you? And how is everything going? How is the breathing? Theme Park says hi to Dottie. Milka says hi to Squirrely. And wombats? Nope. We don't talk about wombats. The one thing, completely off topic, the one thing that we will refuse, I would even consider banning people if the topic of wombats comes up. Mocha knows why. Deeply sensitive, deeply personal. subject for me. No discussion about zero. We have a zero tolerance, a zero wombat tolerance plan put in place. Eric Lapointe knows what to do. If he hears me say code wombat, he has a plan of activation that he will immediately put in place. Guys, you don't want to know what's going to happen. Mocha says they're cute. Maybe that's part of the problem. Could be a cuteness overload for all of us. We can't handle that. It's enough that you guys have to put up with my unbearable cuteness, let alone introducing a wombat to the conversation. And I do apologize for my unbearable cuteness, by the way. Nightmare says, speaking of the Middle East, I heard Iran sent over 100 missiles to Israel. Scary times. It is scary times. I agree, Nightmare. Speed says, what are they, nuts? And yep, that is scary. Mocha says, oh my god, Nightmare, that's terrifying. It is. All right, Eric Lapointe, you know what to do. The wombat strategy is in full effect. Consequences must be paid. Man, I feel sorry. Some new people popped in this channel. Eric Lapointe, code 1. There you go. And that's just the light code. You don't want to see it taken up to level 5. So just a few minutes. Anyway, I was saying, I feel really bad for people stopping in the first time ever on this channel. They come over, Stuart highly recommends, hey, go visit Yogi's channel. He's a yogi. He talks about all this wise, important, loving stuff. And they come by and they hear us talking about wombats, immediately fleeing the room. Yesterday, I had another, I think it was like 80 plus people poured into my live stream last night. And people were leaving comments. And I started talking. Almost immediately, 6 people left in the room. 6 people. It only took maybe 4 sentences. And I didn't even mention wombats. It only took like 4 sentences for everyone to flee. Head somewhere else. Squirrel Sniper says, did you know that the thermosphere, the upper layer of Earth's atmosphere, can reach temperatures of up to 3,600 Fahrenheit? Yet the highest melting point of metal is 1,600 Celsius. I did not know that. What are the implications for that? Let's see. Anne says, I sent you a picture. Oh, thank you. I'm going to go check it out right now. Daddy's laughing. Daddy's laughing and says wombats. It's a conspiracy of wombats. All my closest friends. Well, I see it, guys. I see the Frankenstein mug. And it's awesome. Hey, Anne, I hope you post that on your community page. You know, our friend Goga, who is the ultimate live streamer. Many people are excellent. Goga, top of the line. Mentioned utilizing your community page, how it is underutilized, and it truly is. I try to make the most of mine. I would love to see. I would love to have everyone be able to see the incredibly talented Anne's Crap Chat and her Frankenstein mug. Mocha says, like loving, caring wombats. Nightmare says, Mocha, terrifying indeed. It is. Mocha says, Wombats so demure, very mindful. I'm not up to date on my wombats, to be honest with you. Let's see. Dottie says, interesting squirrel. And Ann says, yeah, I should. And, So, you mean double trouble. I do mean double trouble. Or, you know what? Both. I love double trouble and Ann's crap chat. Both. Equally so. Anne is a being of infinite sides, guys. And we love all of them. Nightmare says the community page is a whole social media in itself. I just started paying attention to people's community page. Hey, that was nicely said, Nightmare. Absolutely. It is a social media in and of itself. I've been using it to post my writing, some photographs, and most importantly, to share other people's stuff. Share their live streams, share videos across the board. So you can do a lot of help for other people. You can help our friend C. Payton. Kathy is feeling very sad about her channel. She puts a lot of love and care in what she does, and she doesn't feel she gets a whole lot of support from the algorithms. So we can make up for that. Dottie says, are you live again later, Eric? I will be. About 5:20 my time. Ann says, I will. Thanks. Dottie says, I use community page to share. And hey, if you share someone out, make sure you tag them so that they know. Milka says, I love photography. She does. For those who don't know, Milka is she's finishing off her associate's degree in American Sign Language and photography. Nightmare says, is there a certain number of subs or views, etc., to unlock community page? It's a good question. I don't know. You know what, though? Let me see if I can Google it. So Eric Lapointe said, when I say, let me go over to Google something or let me look something up, that I am really reporting everyone here to the government. He's not lying. You guys are all on notice. All right. According to Google, no, you no longer need a certain number of subscribers to use the community tabs on YouTube. Community posts are available to all creators. YouTube removed the 500 subscriber threshold, so all channel managers can activate community posts. Give a little synopsis on how to do it. To create, I think I used every possible combination of those letters before I finally nailed it on the last attempt. Go to Studio, Settings, Channel, Features, opt into Advanced Features. You don't have to access to advanced features. If you don't have, you'll be prompted to verify. You can verify with phone or ID. So nice, guys. That gives everyone so many options. So you thinking about posting some stuff, Nightmare? Donnie says, yes, I've done a few tags and shared small channels. That's the way to do it. Eric Point said, I was just thinking that. Reporting everyone. I'm going to say there was a few people who were exempt from my report to the government. I'm not going to say who those people were, but obviously, I'm not going to report Mocha. Call me biased. Mocha buys me lentils. How could I report her? How could I report her to the government? Who would buy me lentils? Daddy says, how nice of YouTube. You know what? I'm all in for YouTube. They got issues. I don't like everything they do, but they've given me the platform to have a conversation with my favorite people right now. Sniper says, Daddy, aluminum melting points at 700. Mocha is in her third semester of 4 semesters. One more to go after this. Sabine says, I have to say goodbye to everyone. See you all the next time. Take care. Bless you all. Take care, Sabine. Man, I really hope Timo's wrist heals soon. Daddy says, thanks, Squirrel. Not sure I'll be melting aluminum anytime soon. You never know. You know, I have found myself melting aluminum at odd times through the day. Sometimes I don't even realize I'm doing it. I'm like sitting here and I look down and I'm melting aluminum. So, what's going on? Why am I doing this? Daddy says, bye, Sabine. Nightmare says, yeah, I love the idea of content creating, but I need to figure out what kind of content I want to make exactly. Hey, here are my thoughts, Nightmare. Don't spend too much time figuring it out. Let it be a process. Let it be a process of discovering what you have to share. Because you know what? I love seeing the creative journey that people take. Look at Eric LaPointe's YouTube shorts from the first one on and what he's been doing. Look at his live streams. It's a creative process. He's becoming a more creative Eric LaPointe as he goes. But had he spent a lot of time thinking, you know, should I do this? Should I do that? Then it never unfolds the way it should. Some people are blessed without, this is what I'm going to do right off the bat. Dottie and her van, her converting the medical van into literally a home. Wonderful, wonderful journey she took everyone on. And now the journey continues because now we have the van on the road, or it will be very shortly. Same with Optimon. His channel has a theme, but it goes in different directions as well. But for others, me for sure, it's been a creative evolution where I add, I subtract, I like doing this, I like doing that, and seeing how it all comes together. And I invite everyone to watch the messiness of my journey, not the end result. I don't know if there's an ever end result to creativity itself. There certainly isn't for inspiration. So it's the messiness that I love, being in the thick of it. My two greatest strengths, maybe my only two strengths, is enthusiasm and curiosity. Mocha can vouch that when I get enthusiastic about something, I am all in. It's all I can talk about. Not only that, I drag everyone along with me. And curiosity means there's nothing that I can't get enthusiastic about. This conversation, case in point. Your channel, whoever you are, Nightmare's channel, that you will be doing something, the fact that you're now inspired to do something, I'm all in. I'm enthusiastic and curious about what you're going to do. 100%. Across the board for everyone. Anne's Crap Chat, Eric LaPointe, from burpees to live stream to nature shorts, just sharing his life, Dottie's van, Scroll Sniper's tree work, and wherever else he decides to head, whatever direction. My fishing channels, All of you guys. Eric Point says, I never talk bad on the YouTube guides. No, me neither. Daddy says, true, Eric. And it's not just because they're listening in, ready to swoop down. See, Daddy says, I can't complain about YouTube. They did actually take down a video from that awful man giving out my legal name. Nice. I'm glad they stepped up. Let's see. Cypher says, Daddy, the 1969 Apollo lander was 80% aluminum, 20% steel. Daddy says, and I did gain 64 new subs on Tuesday, and your one video got awesome views. Let's see. Nightmare says, YouTube gets a lot of slack for being woke, but 9 times out of 10, it's just hateful people upset because they're not allowed to be hateful, or at least that's my take on it. I don't think I could argue with that. We do get some hateful people show up from time to time. However, every hateful situation is actually, and quite literally, a cry for help. There's really no such thing as hate, per se. It's the projection of fear. Fred says, you still on here, dog? Yep, still here. Only for a minute or two. Lion says, peace. I'm en route to train. God bless you all. God bless you, Lion. And thank you for popping in, my friend. Daddy says, well, Squirrel, you know a lot about melting point. Fascinating stuff. Daddy says, yeah, I can't get over that short, Eric. 15.5 views. Certainly helped my channel a bit. Yeah, for sure. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap things up for the afternoon. Spend some time with Stuart. Make something to eat. And I'll be back. If I come back, when I come back, if you guys want to talk about your channels and any direction you might want to take, if you want to brainstorm thoughts, ideas of what you have, hey, if there's something that you want to see me do, let me know. Having said that, nope, I will not dance. I will not sing. Those are the top requests. Daddy says I will put a van video update end of next week. Nice. Looking forward to that. Daddy says take care all. Nightmare says congrats, Daddy. I'll be another sub. Thank you, Nightmare. Eric Point says another great live. Thank you, my friend. And keep in mind, Eric the Point, that Ozzy Osbourne does indeed sniff ants. Nightmare says peace, Eric. Peace, Nightmare. Squirrel Sniper, my friend. Thread, thanks for stopping in again. Guys, Lion, I'll see you guys later. Take care. Oh, and Anne, thank you.